Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, nothing seems to go your way? Like every door closes and every plan falls apart? You're not alone. And today, you're going to discover how Elon Musk, one of the most successful innovators of our time, turns his biggest failures into unstoppable momentum. This isn't just a story about rockets and electric cars, it's about the mindset and strategies that anyone can use when life hits rock bottom. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn could change how you face your toughest challenges forever. Imagine waking up one day feeling like nothing in your life is going right. Every plan you've made suddenly seems to crumble. Doors you counted on slam shut, and every attempt to move forward feels like you're swimming against an impossible current. The weight of failure presses down, and you wonder, how do you keep going when everything is against you? This feeling of being stuck, frustrated, and overwhelmed is something even the most successful people have faced. One of the greatest examples is Elon Musk, a man whose name is synonymous with innovation and success, but whose journey is littered with failures, setbacks, and moments that would make anyone else quit. When Musk launched SpaceX, the odds were stacked heavily against him. Rockets exploded on the launch pad, investors lost faith, and the public doubted whether private space travel was even possible. Tesla, too, was on the brink of collapse multiple times. But Musk did something different in the face of these crushing setbacks. Instead of surrendering to frustration or despair, he made a conscious decision to accept failure as an inevitable and valuable part of the journey. This acceptance might sound simple, but it's incredibly difficult. Most people resist failure. They see it as a final verdict on their worth or ability. But Musk understood early on that failure is not a sign that you're broken or should give up. It is a signal that you need to learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. He famously said, "Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough." This mindset frees you from the paralyzing fear of making mistakes and allows you to embrace risks that lead to breakthroughs. Accepting failure doesn't mean being complacent or careless. It means being brutally honest with yourself about what went wrong without blaming others or external circumstances. Musk is known for dissecting his failures with sharp precision, identifying exactly why a rocket blew up or why a car battery malfunctioned, and then dedicating his energy to fixing those problems. This relentless self-reflection turns each setback into a stepping stone for future success. When you accept failure as part of your path, you change your relationship with adversity. Instead of being defeated by obstacles, you learn to see them as feedback, an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. This shift in perspective is the first step that Elon Musk takes when nothing goes his way. Imagine applying this in your own life. The next time you face disappointment or a plan falls apart, pause and remind yourself, failure is not the end. It's a lesson waiting to be learned. Accept it, analyze it honestly, and let it sharpen your focus rather than dull your spirit. This acceptance is the foundation of resilience, the quality that keeps you standing when everything else tries to knock you down. In the world of innovation and progress, nothing worth achieving comes without setbacks. Elon Musk's journey shows us that when failure comes knocking, the most important thing is not to close the door, but to open your mind, learn from what happened, and keep moving forward with greater clarity and determination. So, when it feels like the universe is working against you, remember Musk's first rule: accept the failure. Don't fear it. Welcome it as the necessary fuel for your next big breakthrough. Because the only true failure is giving up. When everything around you is falling apart, it's easy to lose sight of why you started in the first place. The frustration of constant setbacks can cloud your vision and drain your motivation. But Elon Musk shows us that the secret to pushing through when nothing goes your way is to reconnect deeply with your purpose, the core reason that drives you beyond obstacles and failures. Purpose isn't just a nice-to-have feeling or a vague idea of success. It's a powerful, unshakable force that fuels perseverance when the road gets dark. Musk's ventures, whether it's SpaceX's mission to make life multiplanetary or Tesla's drive to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, are rooted in clear, meaningful purposes far beyond just making money or gaining fame. This clarity gives him an internal compass that guides every difficult decision and fuels relentless energy. Imagine a ship caught in a storm without a clear destination. It would drift aimlessly, vulnerable to every wave. But when your purpose is strong and clear, it's like having a lighthouse that cuts through the fog, keeping you focused on where you need to go even when the winds howl and the seas rage. That's exactly how Musk navigates failure and uncertainty, by constantly reminding himself why he started and what he hopes to achieve in the long run. And here's a truth that might surprise you. Your purpose doesn't have to be as grand as sending rockets to Mars or revolutionizing the automobile industry to have this kind of power. Your purpose simply needs to be deeply meaningful to you. Whether it's creating a better life for your family, mastering a skill, or solving a problem close to your heart, purpose can ignite a fire inside you that no failure can extinguish. When Musk's companies faced near collapse, this connection to purpose kept him moving forward. It wasn't the promise of profit that saved Tesla when it was close to bankruptcy. It was the vision of a future with clean energy and sustainable transportation that gave him the sop-die. Grit to fight through exhaustion and criticism. His purpose turned setbacks into temporary hurdles rather than permanent barriers. This kind of deep purpose also helps you make sacrifices. When you truly believe in what you're doing, late nights, financial risks, and tough conversations don't feel like burdens. They become necessary steps on the journey. Purpose transforms struggle into meaningful work. So, when nothing seems to be going your way, stop and ask yourself, why did I start? What is the mission that only you can fulfill? Let that answer wash over you and fuel your determination. When your purpose is clear, it creates a powerful internal motivation that no external failure can break. Musk's example teaches us that purpose is the anchor that keeps you steady when the storms rage. It's the spark that reignites your passion when the world tries to snuff it out. And it's the fuel that powers you beyond temporary setbacks to lasting success. Hold on to your purpose tightly, because in the toughest moments, it's the one thing that will keep you going when everything else tries to pull you under. When the universe seems to conspire against you, when every door slams shut and every plan crumbles, the natural instinct is often to freeze, to hesitate, to wait for the right moment, or to seek permission before acting. But Elon Musk's approach to adversity is exactly the opposite. When nothing goes his way, he accelerates action. He pushes harder, faster, and smarter, refusing to let paralysis or doubt slow him down. This idea may sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful lessons for anyone struggling through failure. In moments of crisis, waiting can be deadly. Waiting breeds doubt, procrastination, and the dangerous temptation to give up. Musk knows this well. His legendary work ethic isn't just about long hours. It's about relentless momentum, taking small, consistent steps forward no matter how chaotic the circumstances. Take the example of SpaceX's early days. After multiple rocket launch failures, many would have thrown in the towel, waiting for more funding or better technology. Musk didn't. Instead, he doubled down. He worked alongside his engineers, adjusted designs overnight, arranged launch attempts back-to-back, and refused to let setbacks stop him. His philosophy was simple: don't wait for perfect conditions, create momentum through constant action. But accelerating action doesn't mean rushing blindly or making reckless decisions. Musk breaks big problems into smaller, manageable tasks. He prioritizes what's most important, then moves quickly on those points, learning and adjusting as he goes. This rapid iteration allows him to learn from mistakes faster and pivot before failures pile up. Most people get stuck in what's called analysis paralysis, overthinking every detail and waiting for perfect clarity before moving. Musk's approach is the antidote. When stuck, he urges, take the next step, even if it's imperfect. Action builds clarity and momentum, turning obstacles into opportunities. This doesn't just apply to business or technology, it applies to your life. When you face a personal setback or failure, the best response isn't to wait for the storm to pass. It's to take the next smallest action toward your goal. Write that one email, make that one call, revise that one plan. Momentum is built one step at a time. Musk's rapid action mindset is also deeply connected to his passion and purpose. The urgency he feels about his mission keeps him moving no matter what. But even without grand visions, anyone can adopt this principle. Don't wait for confidence or perfect conditions to start again. Start now, start small, and let your actions create the energy to keep going. In the face of crushing setbacks, it's easy to become overwhelmed or paralyzed by fear. But Musk's story reminds us that the best way to overcome failure is to move, to do something, anything. Momentum is the key that turns failure into forward progress. So, the next time nothing goes your way, remember, waiting is your enemy. Take the next action, no matter how small. Keep moving forward. With every step, you gain clarity, strength, and the power to change your circumstances. Elon Musk's secret is simple: when nothing works, work harder and faster. When things fall apart and failure feels overwhelming, Elon Musk doesn't just push through blindly, he learns obsessively. His secret weapon in the face of adversity is an intense hunger for knowledge and an unrelenting drive to understand exactly what went wrong and how to fix it. This relentless learning mindset turns setbacks into powerful lessons that fuel future success. Think about how many people react when they fail. Many feel defeated, overwhelmed, or frustrated. Some blame others or external circumstances. But Musk does something radically different. He dives deep into the details, breaking down the failure piece by piece. Whether it's a rocket explosion or a production delay, he approaches it like a detective hunting for clues. This approach requires humility. Musk admits openly when he doesn't have all the answers and eagerly seeks out experts and information to fill the gaps. He reads voraciously, studies every angle, runs countless experiments, and constantly questions assumptions. One of Musk's defining mental tools is first principles thinking. Instead of relying on how things have always been done, he strips problems down to their most basic truths and builds solutions from the ground up. This mindset challenges conventional wisdom and opens the door to innovation that others miss. When SpaceX rockets failed to launch, Musk and his team didn't give up. They analyzed the physics, materials, engineering designs, and operational processes with obsessive focus. This deep understanding helped them solve problems faster and create breakthroughs like reusable rockets that revolutionize space travel. You can apply this mindset in your own challenges. When something goes wrong, resist the urge to get discouraged or give up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn here? What assumptions am I making that might be wrong? What fundamental truths can guide me toward a better solution? Learning from failure doesn't just make you smarter, it makes you stronger and more adaptable. It transforms setbacks from dead ends into new beginnings. And this kind of growth mindset is essential if you want to keep moving forward when the odds are against you. So, the next time you face a major setback, channel Elon Musk's obsessive learning. Dive deep, question everything. Seek out knowledge like your success depends on it, because it does. Your greatest breakthroughs often come right after your biggest failures, fueled by what you learn in those difficult moments. Remember, failure isn't the end of the road, it's the start of a new journey fueled by the lessons you extract from it. When life seems to knock you down repeatedly, and every path forward looks blocked, one quality separates those who succeed from those who give up: unwavering commitment to hard work and endurance. Elon Musk's journey is a masterclass in sheer grit, a relentless refusal to quit, no matter how tough the battle gets. It's easy to admire Musk's inventions, the rockets, electric cars, and solar innovations, but behind those breakthroughs lies a legendary work ethic. Musk's schedule is famously brutal, often exceeding 80, even 100 hours a week during critical times. He's been known to sleep on factory floors or in his office, sacrificing comfort and sleep to keep projects moving forward. But this extreme dedication isn't about mindless grind. It's purposeful, focused work driven by a deep sense of responsibility and urgency. Musk once said, "Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves the odds of success." For him, hard work is the multiplier of talent and ideas. When Tesla was teetering on the edge of bankruptcy and SpaceX rockets kept exploding, Musk didn't step back or slow down. Instead, he ramped up his efforts, personally taking on multiple roles from engineering to financing to public relations. His commitment inspired his teams and gave investors faith when hope was scarce. Endurance is just as important as intensity. Musk understands that success is rarely instant. It's a marathon that demands patience, resilience, and sustained effort over years. There will be times when you feel exhausted, defeated, and burned out, but the difference is whether you keep putting one foot in front of the other despite that. This kind of endurance builds strength over time. The more you persist through hardship, the more your resilience muscle grows. Musk's story shows us that setbacks, exhaustion, and pressure are inevitable parts of any great journey, but they don't have to be stopping points. However, Musk also stresses balance, knowing when to focus intensely and when to rest and recharge so you don't burn out completely. The key is relentless effort when it counts, combined with smart recovery to sustain long-term performance. So, when nothing goes your way, remember, hard work isn't just about effort, it's about endurance. Keep grinding, keep pushing, and keep showing up. Your persistence will outlast failures and fatigue, leading you eventually to the breakthrough you're chasing. Elon Musk's example reminds us that talent and ideas alone don't guarantee success. It's the stubborn commitment to keep working through the hardest moments that truly makes the difference. When failure piles up and obstacles seem insurmountable, Elon Musk turns to one of his greatest strengths: creative problem solving and bold innovation. Instead of seeing barriers as dead ends, Musk views them as puzzles opportunities to rethink, reimagine, and invent solutions that nobody else has dared to try. Most people get stuck when their usual methods don't work. They try harder at the same thing or give up altogether. Musk's approach is radically different. He asks, what if we did it completely differently? This mindset of questioning assumptions and imagining new possibilities has fueled some of the most revolutionary breakthroughs of our time. Take reusable rockets, for example. Before SpaceX, the idea of landing and reusing rockets was considered impractical, even impossible by many experts. But Musk refused to accept this conventional wisdom. He challenged the status quo, invested in unconventional engineering, and ran countless experiments. The result? Rockets that returned safely to Earth, slashing costs and transforming space travel. This willingness to innovate in the face of failure requires both courage and creativity. Musk doesn't just try to fix problems by patching old solutions, he seeks radical breakthroughs that change the entire game. How can you apply this in your own life? When your usual strategies fail, don't retreat. Instead, shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what if I approach this problem from a completely different angle? Or, what's a solution nobody else has tried? Creative problem solving also means being willing to experiment and learn fast. Musk embraces rapid prototyping, testing ideas quickly, learning what works, and discarding what doesn't. This iterative process turns failures into stepping stones for success. Even in everyday challenges, innovation can be as simple as trying a new method, reaching out to different people, or thinking beyond the obvious. Creativity in adversity is your secret weapon to unlock new doors when old ones close. Musk's example teaches us that when nothing goes your way, the best response isn't to give up or stick stubbornly to the same plan. It's to innovate boldly, to imagine and create solutions that defy expectations. Remember, every problem is an opportunity in disguise. Your breakthrough may be hidden inside the challenge itself, waiting for your creative spark to bring it to life. So, embrace innovation and fearless creativity. The greatest progress comes not from avoiding failure, but from using it as fuel to invent a better path forward. When facing repeated setbacks and overwhelming challenges, most people get swept away by intense emotions, frustration, anger, disappointment, even fear. These feelings can cloud judgment and make it difficult to think clearly or act decisively. Elon Musk, however, has developed a powerful skill that helps him rise above emotional chaos, emotional detachment, and objectivity. This doesn't mean Musk suppresses his feelings or ignores them. Instead, he trains himself to observe emotions without letting them control his decisions. By stepping back mentally, he creates a space between feeling and reaction, allowing clearer, more rational thinking to guide his next moves. Why is this so important? Because when you're caught in the heat of strong emotions, it's easy to make impulsive choices or become paralyzed by anxiety. Emotional detachment helps you avoid these traps by letting you evaluate facts objectively, without ego or bias clouding your view. For Musk, this skill is essential when managing high-stakes projects that involve massive risks and intense pressure. When a rocket fails or a product launch is delayed, he doesn't let frustration spiral out of control. Instead, he assesses what happened, identifies the real problems, and focuses on solutions. This clarity also allows Musk to handle criticism and setbacks with resilience. Instead of taking failure personally or seeing criticism as an attack, he views them as valuable data points that inform improvement. Detaching emotionally from outcomes enables him to pivot quickly, adapt plans, and keep moving forward without being weighed down by negativity. Developing this mindset requires practice. It means learning to recognize your emotional reactions as separate from your core self and not letting them dictate your actions. Mindfulness techniques, journaling, or simply pausing before reacting can help build this emotional discipline. When you master emotional detachment, you gain mental freedom. You can face adversity with calmness, make better decisions under pressure, and maintain steady focus on your goals. So, When nothing seems to be going your way and emotions threaten to overwhelm you, take a step back, breathe. Observe your feelings without judgment and choose your next action from a place of calm clarity, not reactive chaos. Elon Musk's ability to stay objective in the storm is one of his greatest strengths, and it's a skill you can cultivate too. In doing so, you'll unlock mental resilience that helps you navigate even the toughest challenges with wisdom and grace. When you're facing relentless setbacks and it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, it's easy to feel isolated, like you're fighting a battle alone. But one of Elon Musk's most important secrets to overcoming adversity is this: he builds and relies on a relentlessly driven, supportive team. No matter how brilliant or determined you are, no one succeeds entirely alone. Musk understands that great achievements require collaboration with people who share your vision and match your hunger for success. From engineers and designers to investors and mentors, Musk surrounds himself with individuals who bring passion, expertise, and resilience to the table. What makes his team special is not just skill, but a culture of relentless commitment and high standards. Musk challenges his teams to think bigger, work harder, and push beyond what they believe is possible. This environment creates a powerful energy where setbacks become collective challenges, not personal failures. Having a strong team doesn't just multiply your capabilities, it also provides emotional support. When you're struggling, having people who believe in the mission and in you can keep you going when your own motivation falters. Musk's teams act like a force multiplier, amplifying individual efforts into extraordinary outcomes. You might think, "I'm on my own," or "I don't have the right people around me." But the truth is, you can always find mentors, collaborators, or peers who challenge and inspire you. Building a support network is a crucial step when nothing goes your way. Also, remember that strong teams don't just happen, they're built through trust, shared vision, and relentless effort. Invest in relationships that push you to grow, that hold you accountable, and that celebrate your progress. Musk's story shows us that success is a collective journey. Surrounding yourself with driven, passionate people turns overwhelming challenges into shared missions and fuels resilience when the going gets tough. So, when it feels like the world is against you, don't isolate yourself. Reach out, build your tribe. Lean on those who lift you higher, push you further, and refuse to accept defeat alongside you. In the end, your comeback won't just be about your grit or talent, it will be powered by the people you choose to stand with. Elon Musk's example teaches us that when nothing goes your way, your greatest strength might be the team you build around you. If you found value in learning how Elon Musk pushes through when nothing goes his way, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more powerful mindset and success strategies. Remember, setbacks aren't the end, they're the fuel for your greatest breakthroughs. Keep applying these principles, stay resilient, and watch how your life transforms. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.